bad week at work. Let's do a track day. Vallelunga this time.
So once again we found ourselves driving towards south of Italy, so driving towards Bologna, but instead of last time where we went to Misano, so we turned left towards the Adriatic Sea, where you can drive through for Imola, Misano, and then towards south of Italy up to Puglia if you want. We turned right in Bologna, so we went to the other side. We went across the second big tallest mountain range in Italy, which is the Appennini. And we drove close to Mugello, towards Florence, and then towards Rome, where we stopped in the northern part for Vallelunga. The same road you can go to Naples or the other part of south of Italy, up to Sicily if you want, but it will take a long time. Everywhere you go to Italy, it's very easy to find ancient Roman era finds, but nothing beats driving under an ancient Roman aqueduct like we did for Vallelunga. We drove after work, of course, because we need to pay the bills and pay for this. So we arrived in the darker hours, but we were just in time for some carbonara.
We were in Vallelunga. We prepared the car, I think, so we did tire pressure, clicks front and rear, refueled the car once again, installed the hook for towing, which I hopefully will not use. I'm curious to see how it's Vallelunga. I should have tried it on the simulator in Assetto Corsa because there is this very car and Vallelunga with which if you played Assetto Corsa you have driven very much, because I'm very curious about the first corner being flat out or not. I don't know, but I will find out very soon. It's been a year since I've been here with another car. Actually, we was with the Formula 3. With the Formula 3, this corner was flat out. I don't know what to expect with this one, but I'm looking forward to it. We tried flat for the first time. I don't know. Let's see if it looks narrow or not. Nah, it's easy flat. This one. Yeah. So we've done the first couple of laps. The first corner is flat, but not so easy. So it's very challenging. It's very nice to be able to understand the limit at almost 200 kilometers an hour. So I'm very happy about this. The rest of the track is decent. My driving, I mean, the track is interesting and I think it's very complete, but later on this. So on the rest of the track, the car is fine. I would hope to have much more mid-corner rotation. Sometimes I can enter a little bit sideways, but if I correct it ever so slightly, it goes into understeer. It pushes me out a little bit. I would like it to be more edgy there. I have to think about it, so it would be better, I think, to go even softer front anti-roll bar, which we cannot do, and going back with the standard anti-roll bar maybe is too much because it would be too much of a difference front to rear, so maybe we could go softer spring on the front. I don't know. It is enjoyable to drive and experience circuits like this, so it doesn't matter, but we'll see.
The racetrack is in Campagnano di Roma, a city on the northern side of Rome, in a place that has always been called Vallelunga, which literally means Long Valley. The actual name of the racetrack since 2005 is Autodromo di Vallelunga Pietro Taruffi being the original designer of the track. Track that originally took place in 1951 with the first race on the dirt oval course, where it was only an oval in sand running anti-clockwise like South Carolina dirt ovals. And in 1957 we had the first proper tarmac race still running anti-clockwise on the club circuit, which was 1.7 kilometer long. This was lengthened in 1963 to 3.2 kilometers for the international course, where we started to see the GP of Rome races. And then around 1971, they changed it around, running clockwise this time, like it happened for Misano, for the improvement of safety concerns. In 2005, looking for FIA homologation, they lengthened it for another 1 kilometer, achieving the course that we are running today, and opening up the doors for some international interesting testing with some Formula 1 teams, of course Ferrari, but also Williams, Toyota, and British American Racing Honda. Of course, it is a national racing championship event pretty much every year, so for the Italian GT, whatever it is, the Clio Cup or the Formula Renault or whatever else, with some occasional international events like, for example, Formula 3000 has been here, but we also hosted the FIA Motor Games. But probably the most interesting international racing that happened was the F1 test days that I told you about. So even if we don't have a particularly famous world championship coming here, I think from the test point of view, Vallelunga is a very relevant circuit. And this is because I think it comprehends everything, maybe not everything, not 100%, but a lot of what you can find everywhere in the world. You go from the very, very short and narrow Tornantino or the slow S to the very, very long corners of Campagnano, Roma or Cimini to the, let's say, extremely fast Curva Grande. I'm not saying that this good setup compromise that you find in Vallelunga would be the perfect setup for everywhere else. This is the fascinating part about doing setup investigation to every single track, is that the detail of the compromise will be different racetrack to racetrack. But what I'm saying is that if you do setup investigation, if you do some setup items, maybe in winter testing, and you're very good at data checking and very smart while driving, you can have a feeling of what happens in the very various type of corners with your modification. So for example, the effect on the very, very slow corners to the very long to the very fast corner. And so you would build a lot of understanding of the car if you try it here, because I think it is pretty complete. Now, there are better racetrack, more complete racetrack, there are more adequate test days, but I think that the position where it is, so in south of Italy, where the climate is mild in winter, makes it a very good racetrack for testing. If you never consider it, I think I suggest you to consider it for your own research, if anything, to come here to do a track day and maybe visit Rome as well. Do not fool you by the look for the perfect setup, because the fact that we tested all-ins was fun and interesting, and of course I'm still using them, which makes the car handle a little bit nicer. I'm very happy with, but what I want to underline the fact that you don't need the expensive setup solution or the expensive or fast car to enjoy this kind of stuff. Any car is fine, any setup solution is fine, as long as it's reliable for the track, so the consumables materials are reliable for the track. But if you have that situation, then do not delay your fun, just go to the track and have fun with it.
almost sent into the wall. It became difficult to do the first corner flat, and we found out that at the limit way, which is the right way. This is how I like you also to enjoy your car. So pick up your car, go and enjoy it before finding out the perfect car for you or finding out the perfect setup item. Just buy the car or just drove your own car to the track. It's going to be fun, I promise you. See, cheers. Thank you for watching and see you next time.